monarchy and family rule that we have in the royal house of Saud in Saudi Arabia, monarchy and family rule that we have in Qatar and we have in Dubai and we have all over the place and we have in Jordan. It's going into the garbage bin because there's unfinished business left at Karbala. And so this ummah was proud that a movement emerged at Karbala with the assassination, with the martyrdom of Sayyidina Imam Hosein radiallahu ta'ala anhu. A movement emerged, a standard of revolt in opposition to counter-revolution, a standard of revolt to preserve the true faith from corruption, a standard of revolt that the head which bows in worship before Allah will not bow before tyranny and oppression. What a wonderful day that was! What a wonderful moment that was when this movement emerged. But then tragedy struck. This movement was never intended to disunite the ummah. This was never intended to be a sectarian movement, no. It is my opinion, and when I give my opinion, you know, please never accept it. Never accept my opinion unless you are convinced that it is correct. It is my opinion that DAJJAL is the mastermind who now corrupted this movement of dissent, this movement against counter-revolution. And this movement now got something called a doctrinal foundation and structure. A strange one. What is it? It said that the entire ummah of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, without exception, were all misguided when they accepted Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu as Amir al-Mu'mineen. That's strange. And we're going to come back to that. That the entire ummah of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam was mistaken and misguided when they accepted Abu Umar Farooq as Amir al-Mu'mineen radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Uthman Ghani radiallahu ta'ala anhu as Amir al-Mu'mineen. This same movement of revolutionary dissent against corruption of the faith now tells us that no, it is Allah who decides who rules over this ummah. And in another word, that it is Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam who appointed in his lifetime, appointed his cousin as his successor, Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And so, succession to rule in Islam is by divine order, restricted to the family of the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Family rule, family rule. Imam Hosein radiallahu ta'ala anhu stood up at Karbala against family rule. And the head which bowed in worship before Allah refused to bow before family rule. And so now we have the beginnings of a sectarian movement. the major matter which divides the Shia from the rest is this new doctrine that the succession to rule in Islam was divinely ordained, was communicated by the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, and was restricted to the family of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. When Imam al-Mahdi comes, of course, then everything is going to be cleared up. And there will be no misunderstandings anymore. But even before he comes, it is possible for this lecture to address the subject. What is the truth? Those who chose to believe in this new doctrine, this strange new doctrine, that succession to rule in Islam is divinely ordained and was communicated by the Prophet ﷺ to be restricted to his family, they came to be known as Shia, because they now constituted the first sectarian movement. What a tragedy, what a tragedy. That this movement which stood up against corruption, stood up against tyranny and oppression with matchless courage and matchless integrity, should now be taken for a ride. What a tragedy. If this speaker is correct, and of course those who held to the position that the Ummah was correct when they appointed Abu Bakr Siddiq and Umar Farooq and Usman Ghani as Khulafa, that they were correct, these now came to be known as Sunni. The term Sunni is used in this lecture to refer to those. This doesn't have any doctrinal beliefs in it here. This is the Ummah of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, the united Ummah with no difference, none. Everybody hold on to this view. These are called Sunni now. So when we speak of the Shia, the Sunni, this is what we're talking about, this doctrinal division. If this speaker is correct, that the mastermind who took them for a ride was DAJJAL, we now must ask the question, why did he do it? What is his scheme? What is his plan? And my answer is that his ultimate plan is to use this division in the Ummah to his advantage in Akhirul Zaman, and that his plan is about to unfold. In fact, it is already unfolding. That his plan is to bring about civil war between Shia and Sunni. That's his plan. The Sunnis may not be aware of it, the Shia may not be aware of it, but I am aware of it. Why does he want to bring about civil war? Number one, at a time when the Zionists are waging war on Islam, particularly since 9/11, and they're doing it so that DAJJAL may be able to move from stage 2 to stage 3. This book, Jerusalem in the Quran, explains the subject. Some of you have read the book. We have it in Bahasa as well. But don't tell me you read. You bought it, said, but Sheikh, I didn't get the time to read it as yet. Because the events are unfolding now, which is there in this book 10 years ago. He wants to bring about a change in the rulership of the world. That the United States of America must be brought down so that Israel will replace the United States as the next ruling state in the world. And so a day which is like a month will come to an end. If you find this language strange, it's because you have not read this book. And a day which is like a week will now commence. And during the time of a day like a week, the world which had experienced Pax Britannica and then Pax Americana, but of course there's no Pax, it's only deceit and war, will now experience Pax Judaica, the rule of Israel. In order for Israel to rule the world, and for Dajjal to eventually emerge in curly hair, meaning the curls coming down on the side, not curly here and there,